Hey y'all, today on the farm, I'm going to transplant about 1,600 onions right there. And then we're going to go try to eradicate some wild pigs. I got wild pigs wreaking havoc on the farm right now, but first things first, let's get some onions in the dirt. I use my little push broadcaster to spread fertilizer over the beds, and now I'm going to use this rototiller to incorporate it and to get a real fine tilth for those beds, get them nice and smooth and really fine, prepared for those baby onion transplants. The way this machine works is a PTO right here is hooked to the tractor. It's going to be spinning. It's going to turn all these arms. They're going to be spinning at a high rate of speed. You see they turn to the side, so they're going to encompass all the ground. Nothing's left uncovered. As they spin, they're going to chop up everything really fine, and then this door on the back is going to leave the surface nice and smooth. The main purpose of this channel is to educate people on agricultural practices. So before I engage the PTO on this rototiller, I want to tell you rookies something. This PTO, as you see right now, this shaft, power takeoff shaft, is even. It is parallel to the ground, and I can engage it and I can lower this implement down to the dirt. What you don't want to do is pick this up with that engaged, because it's going to change the angle right here on this universal joint, and the other universal joint right here it's going to put it in a tight angle. That's going to bind that universal joint, and it's going to tear it up, and then you're going to be broke down out here, and you're going to have to fix that universal joint. I'm gonna dig those onions at harvest with this antique John Deere potato digger, and so I don't want a row of onions to end up right there on that center bar. So I'm gonna plant 4 rows of onions in my bed. One's gonna be out here getting lifted and rolled in, one right here, and then there and there. These beds are 250 feet long, and we're going to put 4 rows in each bed. I have now laid off the rows. I use them to kind of, that Jane cedar, to kind of firm up the actual row where the onion transplant's going to be, and to provide me with a straight-ish line. So while I'm hand planting, I don't go to zigzagging and weaving. I got a line I can follow and try to keep all the onions in a straight row. This is, of course, the least fun part. I got to put them in the ground by hand. That's gonna really not be fun. But anyway, got to get it done. I'm planting today. I'm planting Texas Legend, Southern Belle Red, and Yellow Granites. Yellow Granites, of course, being the Vidalia onion. Well, I got them all planted. I got about 1.5 bundles left. I got to find something to do with. This one bed is planted all the way with them 4 to 5 inches apart in 4 rows. And 1.5 bundles is not enough to start on a whole nother bed. So I'm gonna leave that bed out for now. Maybe put it in sweet taters. And we'll just go with one 250-foot bed of sweet onions. From mid-July, early July, until the end of deer season, which was just a few weeks ago, we killed over 100 deer, whitetail deer, within a mile of where my feet are touching the ground right now. We killed a pile of deer. I'm talking about a pile of deer. So there's a lot of time spent in the field. A lot of people sitting in the deer stands, a lot of people during the summer, you know, maybe with thermal out here. So a lot of time was spent in this field. And you can see the ground is still completely covered in deer tracks. You can't put your hand on the ground and not touch multiple deer tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The ground is absolutely entirely covered in deer tracks. We have not phased the deer population at all. Killing 100 in 1 year. We're killing 100 in basically 6 months. And we have not dented the population. But I feel like in a couple years, 2 or 3 years doing this, we'll make a little bit of a difference. The problem, however, is right out here. This is wild hog damage. So all this happened last night. This is all destroyed, totally ruined wheat. They did this in one night. I don't know if you can tell, but up there on that ridge, they did that a few nights ago. There's a spot over there they did the night before that. There's some spots way out there they did. They'll come out here and they can do this much damage a night, every single night. The problem is, though, not that the pigs are doing the damage. Pigs are going to do damage. The problem we have is I don't have any pigs when people aren't chasing them around with dogs. See, we hunted really hard for deer out here from July until the end of deer season. There was no pigs out here that entire time because the pigs are down in the swamp bottoms. They're not out here in the fields. So when deer season goes out, people start hunting pigs with dogs. Now, we trap pigs year-round with traps, and we shoot pigs year-round with thermal. If we see pigs, we shoot them. If we're having pigs in the area, we set the traps, we catch them. We'll catch 8 to 20 pigs a night in the traps while we're running the traps. And in doing that, I rarely ever have problems on my field. The only time I have problems on my field is the time of year when they chase the hogs with dogs. So the weekend after deer season goes out, they start chasing the hogs with dogs. And it is that precise week, that very week, hogs show up in my fields and ruin my fields every year, that week. And they continue to ruin the fields until it gets too hot for the dog hunters to chase the hogs with dogs. So the entire time they're doing it, hogs are in my fields. As soon as they stop chasing the hogs with dogs, the hogs go back to the swamp bottoms and they leave the fields alone. The entire problem is caused by the hog hunters chasing the hogs with dogs. The hogs will not be a problem for everyone. They'll be a problem for a few people who have interest in their swamp bottoms. The hogs are contained in there, and that's where they will be at until someone chases them out. As soon as they start doing that, the hogs become everyone's problem because they scatter them around, they chase them, and they just get pushed out all over the countryside in everybody's fields. And instead of being one person's problem, it becomes everybody's problem. Super duper not cool to chase the hogs with dogs. You're causing tremendous financial problems for the farmers when you do that. You know, they're not even thinking about that. They're thinking about having fun with the dogs and the little redneck trucks. And what they're doing is costing me tens of thousands of dollars. Not cool. So we're going to remedy this situation. Now, I know the hog hunters are going to keep chasing more and more out here until it gets too hot to run the dogs. We're going to keep killing the hogs the best we can. Deal with it. So anyway, I thank all y'all for watching. Hope you learned something. And I hope to see you next time.